Hey everyone, it is Monday, November 27th, 2017, and it's time to go to work on music. It's been an excellent day, I'm in a really good place, and excited for a productive session as usual. This is definitely the phase where the pedal goes to the metal a little bit harder than it's been recently, and I'm excited. It's going to be a really good challenge. So I'm going to hit some online classes, update you guys with what I'm doing there, get a quick drum practice in, share my progress. Going to hit the production front hard today. And I think I was sharing this at the end of the last video. I hit the drums like a little too hard again yesterday. And there's no need for me to make things that difficult on myself with like 6 or 8 hours of drum tracking or something. So what I'm going to do today, the main goals are to listen back to the tracking I did yesterday and try to decide whether I got anything that's keepable. It's definitely going to be a big loss if I didn't, but I'll learn. And the drums, I want them to be really good, so that takes time. Uh, I'm going to track some vocals and some guitars today to give myself a little break from playing the drums so much and also get a little more variety in the session. Going to be doing some background vocals for the second chorus and the final chorus of this tune, and then going to be doing some guitar parts, just sort of fills and things. The solo for the song's already done, fortunately. And then, if I have time later tonight, I'll probably come back and hit the drum front and try to get one of those verse sections tracked and just try to learn some lessons from yesterday and be a little more efficient with that. So, appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Let me know if you have any thoughts. Let's get to work. All right, solid first half of the day. Got it in the online class front and moved forward with the Busy Musician Bootcamp. A little bit more about time management and energy management. And there were actually some really killer tips in that part of the video. Um, the instructor was talking about, like, what happens when it's the end of the day and you finally have made time for music, but you're so exhausted from doing all the million other things you've been doing that you just don't even have any energy to do anything creative. And she was talking about decision fatigue and how even small decisions like what you're going to wear that day or when you open the fridge and try to figure out what you're going to eat or prepare take up just as much energy as larger decisions like, um, should I call this person and break up with them right now or something like that, which is kind of crazy. Like, and obviously not the same emotional energy, but it's the same amount of glucose. So we're talking just like pure physical reserves that your brain has, which is interesting. I would definitely have to read up on that research to corroborate that claim. Seems a little extreme, but I wouldn't be surprised at the end of the day if in a controlled environment that were true. So anyway, the point is decisions cost energy, which is undoubtedly true. And so she talks about automating as many parts of your daily routine and life as you possibly can. Like, pick a uniform, pick an outfit that you're going to wear and just wear that every single day. Or pick like 4 tops and 2 bottoms and you just mix and match just randomly, you know what I mean? She talks about automating your food, make a meal plan, stick to it every single week. She talks about automating your calendar, writing everything down so you're not constantly trying to use mental energy to remember what you should be doing right now or when you should move on to the next thing, things like that. And I'll be honest and say I've had tremendous success using all of those methods and more. I plan every single day out in advance the night before, and I do my absolute best to stick to my timing benchmarks as I've talked to you guys about. And that takes a lot of the thought and decision making out of the day of like, oh, should I keep working on this or not? It's like, well, my time's up, it's over. And she makes a really interesting point, which is these scientists, psychologists, I believe, I would hope, removed all the fences in the playground at schools, and their hypothesis was that would make the children more creative because they wouldn't have any limits, but it actually had the opposite effect, and the children, instead of playing out in the little playground areas, like would just all hang out by the door of the school, and they were kind of in this decision paralysis or something like that, which is really interesting. So ironically, having that structure to your time can actually help you be more creative and give your mind space to just be like, oh, I have this hour to just do whatever I want, and then I can trust that I can think about all the other things I have to think about an hour from now. But until that time, I can just focus on, blah. And I've been talking to you guys about that, about, breaking that up and making sure that I have variety in my sessions, so I'm not just like exhausting myself tracking one instrument, one take, one section for a whole day straight. It's just doesn't have to be that difficult. You guys know what I wear pretty much every day, so that's easy. But in terms of like getting dressed for meetings and things like that, I've got my pretty standard attire, and that's always great. Food, I eat almost exactly the same meals every day. You can follow me on MyFitnessPal if you want to. I log pretty much every single thing that I eat, so if you really want to know exactly what I'm eating, you can figure it out. So anyway, I moved from that into a really light drum practice, just working on my feet. I really didn't want to use my hands too much, so I just moved forward with the stick control book, went to the next page, page 16, and started working on flams with my feet. And yeah, it's a lot easier to do it without the hands. No, it's much less of a coordination exercise. So I may start going through some of those exercises with feet only, and see if I can make some progress with that. The reason I started doing it with hands keeping time is I'm rarely, if ever, in a song playing only the kick drum. So I was like, why am I practicing only the kick drum, Now there is, there's some merit to just practicing things that you may not do in an actual performance situation, just to like isolate that one thing. But as much as possible, I try to make my practice things that I might actually do in a performance situation. So of course, these are just exercises though, so maybe that doesn't even apply. Anyway, something to think about. Let me know if you have thoughts on that. Then I jumped into the production front, and it was a little slow getting going there, but I listened back to the drum tracks. I did get a finished take for the intro fill. Yes! That was huge for yesterday. And as I suspected, none of the takes that I listened to so far, I haven't listened to all of them, but none of the takes I've listened to so far of the next section were that good. I was just so tired, man. I'm sure I had the capability to hit it, but like I just don't know if I had the physical and emotional resources on that day. If I had just come back today and knocked it out, I would have had that great momentum from getting a finished take yesterday, and I could have knocked down and had some excitement and some juice and bring some freshness to the take. And that stuff, I believe it does come out in the music. So that's something to think about. So that was kind of a win, and then a reaffirmation of what I learned yesterday. And then I just jumped into the vocal front, listened back to the takes I already had, warmed up my voice, and then did all the backing track takes for the second chorus. I'll listen back tomorrow. If they suck or I need to redo them, I will, but I'm pretty sure I know like what I need to do to make those tight and work so far. So I got what I needed, and I'm happy. And I just feel a lot lighter today. It's just a lot less like of a drag, and I think yesterday maybe just was a difficult day, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so you just get through it, you stick to the game plan, you execute, you learn, and then you wake up the next day and you're better, wiser, more efficient, and you go to work. So I'm going to take a break, have some food, and I'll catch up with you guys in a few. All right, good day overall. Definitely another a challenging day, but challenging in a different way than yesterday was. I think I learned a lot from yesterday. I think I'm going to learn a lot from today as well. And in the second half of the session, I just made a plan so that I had like a timeline for balancing different things that I wanted to work on. And I tried to stick to that plan, but it was hard. I don't think it was a well-made plan. Like, I only gave myself an hour to work on the guitar work. So I edited the vlog from yesterday. I've been behind on those because they're getting so long, but I'm catching up. Then I jumped into working more on the guitar fill, doing some sort of initial takes, maybe some final takes, I don't know, I'll check tomorrow. But I only gave myself an hour for that. I think I could have given myself a little bit more time, and that would have been a good move. And then I planned to get back into the drums, but I kind of got distracted, so that wasn't good because I was just still kind of caught up in the guitar stuff I was doing. And then I did check back on some of the drum parts for the verse intro part, none of which are really all that great. I mean, some of them are certainly good or good enough, but nothing's actually good enough. So tomorrow, the big goal for tomorrow is going to be to get a final take on that. And then I was really feeling the burn. I had scheduled some time to do more vocal work, and I just thought, why push it? Like, why strain my voice like that tonight? I probably could have done it just for future reference, so that's something to think about. But I might as well just do it tomorrow. It'll be equally easy, and there isn't a ton more vocal work to do on this track, so might as well just play it safe there. And so I just got back into the drum front, and just instead of like doing anything intense, like physically, I just worked on some more intense mental work, which is fleshing out a slightly different part for the first verse. I wasn't super happy with the part I had written before, and started working that out, just listening on the phone, like, okay, what am I, just, so I would play the track and then sing the drum part that I was kind of hearing over it, and then I would take that recording and just loop it over and over again and try to figure out what was I singing, and that's often how I make my parts, is I'm like, okay, how do I want it to sound in my head, or how does my intuition want it to sound, and then, okay, let me give my body a chance to catch up with that. So yeah, that was pretty much the whole session. I feel like it could have been better managed, just like in terms of my emotional energy, and maybe I need some more breaks in the later session just because it's a longer day. I'm also not quite used to being inside this much all day yet, so I'm thinking about what the optimal balance is there. I'm a little out of the groove in terms of my physical workout routine, and so that's making me feel like some kind of nervous energy, I guess, like pent up energy. So I'm hopeful that getting back in that groove this week and this weekend will help, but it may be time for some bigger adjustments to the routine just to support myself doing these longer sessions they just take a lot of energy to really, kill it for 8 hours. Alright, so that camera just died right at the end, but I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys are out there grinding toward your goals, enjoying the process. That's what I'm out here doing. And the last couple days have definitely been big learning experiences. I think I'll wake up tomorrow feeling good about it, and I'll just, I'm just improving my workflow. I've never really had this type of bandwidth to work, and so I want to capitalize on it, and at the same time, I don't want to just be like truly hating my life, but I think there is a component of like pushing through some of the fatigue and some of the difficulty in the later sessions to at least be done in the short run, to get in the habit of sustaining that type of focus and workflow for a full day. So appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more. Till then.